It was around summer of 2012. Zach called me with this crazy vision. He said, I'm drinking espresso. I'm in England. The coffee is so different here. I'm filled up. I'm reading my Bible, and God's just filling me with this image. He's telling me to open up a coffee shop in Clovis, and it's going to bring the community together.
One location, I think there was like 10 of us, and it was just really cool to get to be a part of Clovis as a community.
Zach was working behind the bar. I had no idea he was the owner of Kuppa Joy at the time. He made our drinks, and he came over and introduced himself to us and ended up sitting down for probably like 20 minutes, sharing his testimony with us of why he opened Kuppa Joy, and that moment changed my life forever.
I remember when he saw Chelsea walk in for the first time. Like, I was here for that moment, and he said, oh my gosh, her. And now they're married, they got twins.
I really do remember. I nudged her and I said, hey, whatever he has, I want one of those, kind of thing as a joke, and I just didn't know like what it was. I found out later on is the joy of Christ. It really just clicked for me. It was finally like that moment of knowing that's what I was missing, and so it was his testimony that actually changed my life, and I had no idea that that guy would end up being my husband. I'm so glad I waited in line for that cup of coffee.
If I had any idea how unequipped I was for the road ahead, I most definitely would not have had the courage to say yes. And knowing this, he who promised is faithful, I had no choice but to ride in the face of fear. And besides, isn't life just more exciting when you choose to trust him?
One of my favorite stories is having him tell me his story of when he was in England and how the Lord moved on him to start this. I want you to provide great coffee and a place, an atmosphere, and a culture where it glorifies me.
Early year when we first opened, we're looking out the window and realizing there's nobody out here. This place is empty. And I turned to Zach and I said, yeah, someday, if there's a ton of people out here, you'll know why.
And it is because of that trust, over these last 10 years, the love of God has poured out in ways that we could never have imagined. Because it is a love that has died for, redeemed, and justified us.
Stepping into Kuppa Joy is absolutely unique.
I just felt like an overwhelming presence. I just felt the spirit of joy.
It's not just a coffee shop. The baristas were just always so personable.
Just being in the shop for a minute, you could already see that every single person from top to bottom gave joy in everything they did. You couldn't walk in here and not see somebody smiling.
I just fell in love with this place, and I think that's the mission of Kuppa Joy, to bring people together.
My wife said, you should try Kuppa Joy. I was a little trepidatious because it's a Christian coffee shop and they've got the Bibles out.
I wasn't so sure about how I was going to like it. I thought, oh boy, this is going to be a real preachy place.
It was exactly the opposite. Very, very gentle people, very kind.
Every time I came in, we're the friendliest people there ever were.
It's a place to have the best coffee in town. It's a place to relax. It's a place to pray, whatever you want. It's honestly such an open place.
It was really a great fit for me.
I decided this has got to be part of my day.
It was excellence coupled with an incredible customer experience. And so I left there just feeling filled up.
I get to be really intentional with the staff. I also get to do that with customers and do that freely. I get to hold their hearts as they share their rough days. We get to be their people, and they share their lives and hearts with us, and we get to do the same.
And every time I even come into town now, it's like I never left. That's my happy place.
When you get a taste of his love, your life is forever changed.
It's always been about serving the community. They create spaces and places for you to be served.
And I come here early for the sake of being able to see my regulars. I check in with for 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, and they're an important part of my life.
It's a place that I want to be all the time. I love working here. I love coming in on my days off. I just love being here.
I don't feel like I'm just coming to work. I feel like I'm coming to meet up with friends and my family, and we're here to work towards a common goal. There's community and it's based around God. It's the best.
And it is in that leading, He has given us a new vision to invest in more than just coffee shops. It is our goal to inject this community with as much hope and joy as possible. And therefore, Kuppa Cares is born.
Kuppa Cares is our vehicle to serve our community on a massive scale. From serving coffee to individuals experiencing homelessness to partnering with other amazing organizations in our city, our heart is to love and support the least of these in our community. The focus of our nonprofit is on 3 main areas: our employees, our community, and on sharing the gospel.
Every Thursday, we go down to Pavarilla House. You'd be surprised of the conversations that you can get over just a cup of coffee.
You know, the prayer, honestly, it helped me so much because I'm 19 months clean. I actually have had contact with my children. It's like, honestly, I have no desire whatsoever to even go back into any form of addiction. And I know that it had a lot to do with having that support system. I needed the prayer at the time when I was at one of my weakest moments, and my faith in God has grown even stronger.
Here at Kuppa Joy, we love God, we love people, and we love coffee. And with Kuppa Cares, we really wanted to lean into the love people. We get to show them the love of God and the truth of the gospel and the way we serve them.
Being able to share the changes in my life and show others that they can also do it, it makes me keep going. It gives me the hope as well. I have that reminder of where I came from and the things that I've gone through. I want to be able to reach out to others and share as well.
We're amazed at what God has already begun to do through Kuppa Cares. But here's the most exciting part. We want to invite you to come with us. When you visit your favorite Kuppa Joy, you are supporting this mission that has remained the same for over a decade.
And truly from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you. Thank you for all the support that you have given us. We opened 1 location, 2 locations, up to 7 locations, and how this valley has rallied around and loved this brand. And we can't take the credit for it. We believe that there is a big God in heaven that is behind this mission. And it's because of your love and support and His backing behind us, we're just getting started after these 10 years. We have a plan to establish thrones, not just in the Central Valley, but all over this country and this world, because we have a big God and we're gonna dream big for the glory of God. To all you past and current employees, and to those customers who have walked through the doors of Kuppa Joy, we love you and we thank you so much. See you for the next 10.